All right. Welcome to G1-3 Sports Plus. Jeddah's this weekend. Actually, it's tomorrow. Qualifying is done. Big story of the weekend is Sainz has appendicitis. Props to him because yesterday he did a round of practice. Oliver Bierman, Bierman, not sure, but an F2 driver has moved up to take his place for this race. Prayers for Sainz. Dude, hope your surgery goes good. Speedy recovery. Sainz is probably my new favorite driver. I did watch Formula One for a while. Um, like I watched Formula One like as Lewis Hamilton was coming into his prime, and I kind of caught up here and there. Watched a race or two, like Fernando Alonso, Valtteri Bottas. Those are kind of guys I watch because I remember them from the last time I watched. Qualifying, the field's a lot closer to Verstappen, but it's still Verstappen's race to lose, season to lose. Um, people complain it's boring because Verstappen's always winning. I like watching history. We're looking at what could be the first perfect season, as long as he doesn't wreck, as long as he doesn't, no mechanical issues, no issues on pit road, and he can flat out just win every race and not even look back. With that being said, Fernando Alonso this weekend, been nice watching him in practice and qualifying. It is like he is on a mission. Charles Leclerc. I mean, they pronounce it so many ways. It's confusing. I like him. I like the McLaren boys. I'm not a big Russell fan, but he's good. He's good. He gets out of Mercedes and gets in a Ferrari or a Red Bull car. He'll be tough. But we have Verstappen on pole, Charles Leclerc second, Sergio third, and Verstappen fourth. He's first and fourth. Man, that's a tall order. No, Fernando Alonso. The the issue I'm seeing, I don't know. Like I don't remember. I didn't watch Lewis Hamilton like at the peak of his prime and the plateau he had, and then coming down a little bit. But he's always complaining about his car. But I remember when I was watching him, like he could feel the car really well and tell people what was going on. And it's like Mercedes has fallen off the past couple years. Russell's kind of stronger this year than he was last year, so maybe Mercedes has found a groove. Um, but Hamilton was running a big wing this weekend for practice. I wasn't. I was in a store watching qualifying, so I didn't have the volume up. I don't know if they took the big wing off Lewis's car, but he's still slower than Russell. So I don't know what the deal is there. I'd like to see history. So if he gets his eighth, please, I would love to watch that. I know a lot of people hate him. I don't really have a driver I hate. Um, I think I'm going to jump on the Zane's bandwagon. Oh man, but this weekend looks to be fun. A lot of issues this weekend with traffic in Sector 1. Just you can't see ahead, you can't see behind, cars in the way. We're lucky we haven't had a sorry, I just ate and I was like, oh man, the race is tomorrow. I gotta do my video. Uh, who was it? We had Logan Sargent almost got in the back of Sainz and Hamilton, and Lewis was like, I saw Sainz behind me and come around the corner. Like he was, the way he was talking was like he thought Sainz was faster than him, so he went this way, and Sainz went that way. At the time, Logan was coming behind and going this way. Sainz, Lewis, and that would have been bad because he would have skipped off Lewis, hit the wall, and that car would have been done. We did have an incident. One of the Sauber cars, Zhou Guan Yu, I think he lost control and spun into the wall in P3, and they did not have the car ready for qualifying. I mean, hopefully he's in the race. Dude, these guys, the Alpine car, Alpine, that's the way they pronounce it. I'm from America, so it's Alpine. It's whatever. Anyways, I'm not I'm not that way. Alpine. Um, There's a lot going on there with Sonoda. Not Sonoda. Yeah, I can't keep all of it straight. 'Cause I watch NASCAR too, and trying to keep up with all the move stuff. Don't really take notes. Maybe I should. But Daniel Ricciardo, or was that? Was that Haas? Anyways, the Alpine cars just I don't know what's going on with them. They look a little stronger this week. Last week was atrocious. I would have hated to be in one of them cars. Williams cars, they're still back. I mean, it's still Red Bull by a mile, then Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, and Aston Martin. But come on, Fernando Alonso. So, anyways, after all that blib blob talk I just did, blib blob, and that is a very, very I've never said that. Like dang gum. Anyways, let's get down to the race. Something's going to happen at the beginning of this race because that first corner, it's a left-hander, kind of like left-hander into it's a 90-degree left, almost back 100 degrees right. It's a tough corner, and it's only like 150 meters away from the start line. Something's going to happen because Verstappen's good at restarts. Charles Leclerc's good at restarts. Sergio, from what I've seen, since I started watching like with 5 races left to go last year, so that's as far back as I go with my knowledge of these people, of these drivers. Fernando Alonso, he's very aggressive on restarts. Dude, man, I hate too much. Had a sub. Probably should have waited to do this video. But something's going to happen within the top 5. Someone's going to get hit. Someone's going to get spun. That being said, Verstappen still wins. As long as if he's the one that spins, if his car isn't damaged, he can get around, get in the pits, he can change his strategy, and he can just flat out fly. Now, I don't know how Verstappen handles traffic, how he handles passing people. I don't know. So that's something that if he's the one to spin, am I right to say that he can get through the field? I don't know. The he did have a good overtake last year in Las Vegas. That was kind of like, well, that was very nice, but his car is very fast. So if he can catch him on the straight, which if I remember correctly, I'm driving around right now. There's only one real straight at Jeddah. You know, you got the big swooping straight coming into the final corner. So he has 2 zones where his car can be, you know, what he uses, you know, at the looping straight and then the straight. So Verstappen still wins. That's my prediction. I'm looking at Fernando Alonso finishing second. He's driving like a mean man. He is tired of being mediocre. And I say that, and that sounds bad, but he's just, dude, he's one of the best drivers. Dude, what is up with my hair? I got hair loss for men, whatever. Anyways, Charles Leclerc third. I'm going for a podium where 3 different constructors are represented, with my surprise being Fernando Alonso too. I'm looking at fourth. Let's go Sergio. Fifth, I'm gonna put George. I'm gonna put George Russell fifth. Then I'm gonna put the 2 McLaren boys. They're gonna be sixth, seventh. Then I look for Oliver Bierman to finish 7th, and then we will get to Lewis Hamilton 8th, Lance Stroll 9th, and my surprise is going to be Ricciardo 10th. I think Daniel Ricciardo get number 10th place. P10. That's another thing that I realized too, because I started watching NASCAR and Formula One last year about the same time. I think it was like August, September, around September. And it's no longer first place; it's P1, P2. I mean, as generations go on, we seem to shorten up things. I'm looking for maybe, I'm gonna say it right now. We're gonna have one safety car. The actual safety car come out, because was it last year they were talking about a virtual safety car? which I've only seen that once, so I can't really remember that. But we're going to have the actual safety car come out, and we're going to have a red flag tomorrow. So that's my second. My third is we're going to see um this is the race that I think the frustration of Lewis Hamilton comes out. I think we're going to see some drama with Lewis Hamilton, whether it be with his team after the race or during with the race on the radio. I just think, I mean, he's hungry. Looking back at the history, which I think was 2020, how he lost, to Verstappen. That'd be a rough way to go to lose the championship that way, which would have been his eighth. And the frustration's just building. You just tell on his radio he is not happy with the car. So I don't know. A lot of people say he just sucks now, and I don't think so. I really don't. Um, he can still save a formula. Any one of those guys can win a race. I mean, I was thinking the other day, dude, I am sorry for the burping. I don't know what I ate that making me do that. I would like to see, like, maybe after the season, you put these guys in the best car and have them all do a lap. Do a lap at like a race, like not like so much Jeddah, because they go out of control, they're going to hurt the car. Um, do one at like Bahrain. Bahrain would be a good one. Or what's the UK track called? Silverstone. That one's wide, so they lose control. They're not. There's a less like a chance of hitting the wall or anything that's going to hurt the car. And to see what the lap times would be. Then we'll know who the best drivers are. But anyways, tomorrow my predictions are top three for Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, Charles Leclerc. I hope that's what I said. Um, Second prediction, we're gonna have one safety car, one red flag, and then the third one is we're going to see Lewis Hamilton drama. Some mad at his team, mad at George. I mean, something's going to happen. There's a breaking point in this because he's leaving, so he's going to Ferrari next year, and which I think I saw something today too that Audi's going to take over Sauber. So we got that coming in 2026 or 2027. But anyways, man, racing's just fun to watch. Formula One's not. It's exciting now because you're like, man, someone just beat Verstappen. So everyone's watching like, oh, is Verstappen going to mess up? My TV is right there. That's why I look right there. So, anyways, on top of that, my boss is sending me attachments and stuff and messages. Anyways, NASCAR practice was today. I'll have videos of that up. I did look. I didn't really get to see who's fastest. Qualifying should be tomorrow. Actually, there should be a race on right now, the Xfinity Series. And I wish I could find a way to watch the F2. I like racing, dude. I love it a lot. Um, I wish I would have raced. I wish I would like to get in a car not in any kind of series and just race one time. That just put me on a road where I can get my car up to like full speed. I'm not brave like that on the streets. No, I'm not that guy. Anyways, y'all. I mean, if you tuned in, I ain't got but like maybe 18 followers right now, but I enjoy doing this. This is just something that my dad was a race fan, and this is what I did when I was a kid. I watched races. I'd wake up, and then he's watching Formula One in the mornings, getting up at 6, 7 just to watch Formula One races, and then later on that day, we are watching Winston Cup, NASCAR Cup. I like racing, man. Love it. Trying to get into it, trying to get the ins and outs. I know what I say is very like top layer, but I don't like doing all the reading and stuff. I like to just watch the race and see what happens, because I follow them, some of them on the social media platforms they have and stuff, and I'm getting kind of a feel of like who they are in the pits with each other. That's cool. But the rumor stuff, like the rumor for Verstappen going to Mercedes, I'm not even going to like entertain that, looking into that, because if that happens, that happens, and then dude, we'll talk about it here. I don't. I got other things I do. Um, I don't want to spend a lot of time reading, trying to keep up with all my likes because football season rolls around. I'm into football, big time. Florida State fan, Dallas Cowboy fan. Basketball, I don't, after after last year, I got back into it last year. The Heat went to the NBA Finals. That's my team. So this year will be lackluster because they're probably not going to make it. But then we also do WWE. So make sure to catch our WWE SmackDown is going to be tonight. And that'll be on my son's page, which I do with him on Q1-3_GG. Go give him a follow. And then on Mondays, we do Raw and we do the recap on my channel, which is G13 Sports Plus. Like and subscribe. K13_GG. G13 Sports Plus. This is where the video's at. I'll tag the other channel. And then we're trying to get to where we're on live. And we messed up because, my son's page I help him out with, we got live. And I was like, oh, let's test it out. And so he was on live, and we were in a family setting, and he's got the camera there. He's like, it works. I was looking over, and I forgot that I can't have him in the frame alone. And so he got the first one he did. He's like testing, and he got mad at me because we were supposed to have both phones up so we can see if like the chat worked and stuff. And I was like, "Well, end it," and we ended it and did a second one. And he was sitting next to me, and I was, hey, yay, I can't remember what I put in the chat. It worked. We turned it off. And 2 hours later, they kicked it. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I forgot. I can't get a hold of it on YouTube. Haven't got no answer. Anyways, like and subscribe. We will recap the race tomorrow. It happens tomorrow, noon Eastern, I think. I'll have to double check. But thanks for listening to me ramble on for 17 minutes.